Hello, fellow Forkers, and welcome to this edition of That One Thing. Today we hear from Scott Stevens, who is a composer out in California in the San Diego area. Often when we think about movies being made, we think about on-set time and what happens on set. And in fact, that's really probably the smallest portion of the time spent making a movie. The rest of it is spent either in pre-production or in post-production. And Scott works in the post world. And it's important to take into consideration who's on the other end of the pipeline, who's going to be receiving what was made on set, who's going to be coming in and speaking their talents and vision into that part of the process. So Scott has some really good insights into what it's like to work on that end of the assembly line of making a film. So here is Scott Stevens and his That One Thing. Remember, like, follow, share, and either you happen to life or life happens to you. Thank you.
I'll start with your first question. What do I wish I'd known when I started out? I think I wish I'd known that it's okay to not have to do everything yourself. There's a lot of resources online and other places saying you have to be good at a lot of stuff. Don't fail, you'll lose jobs over it. And what I've found over time is that I've learned so much from people I've asked questions to, be it mentors or trusted collaborators, and I wish I'd sought those relationships out sooner and given myself the freedom to learn from doing and not necessarily taking in too much information, because it takes a community to pull off a film, and I think if you try to do too many things yourself, it can be a little hard to have focus and develop quickly as an artist. In answer to your other question, what do I wish people knew about composers or composing music for film? I think it's important for all of us to just remember that relationships happen over time. And so the sooner you can bring a composer in on a project, the sooner that composer gets to know you as a creative, whether it's the director or the producer. And if you want to have that familiarity to the point where you have a shorthand and it feels like creative things just happen at rapid speeds, you have to be willing to put in the time. And so if you bring in a composer early, that process starts earlier, and the composer can get steeped, in the story elements, in the things that motivate characters. And so I think the long-term results tend to be better with composers who have been able to spend time developing relationships with the team they're working with. We also understand, speaking as a composer, movies are hard to make. It takes a village. And for you to just trust someone implicitly is asking a lot. So it's okay to have a little bit of a vetting period and see if a composer can produce music that's moving the story in the right way. But yeah, don't be afraid to bring them in early. You might be surprised at the long-term results.